Okay, so this video, you're getting ready to watch a guy take pretty much, pretty much the I won't say the worst advice, but the worst advice if he would ever want a woman to respect him properly. You're getting ready to watch a kid. I'd say he's probably about between 17 to 22 years of age, and he's going to get advice from Steve Harvey. And now I want to make it clear, I'm not calling Steve Harvey like because a lot of people make fun of Steve Harvey. I don't watch enough of him. I still can't tell if he just does it for TV or if this is like actually, he's just this beta for real in real life. Because his audience, you can look at his audience, and his audience is literally like 95% women, and the 5% are whatever, lonely soul they had to, desperate soul they had to bring in there, to look like they got a man. But you're gonna watch a guy take advice from Steve Harvey. I'm gonna let it play through the first time. Then I'm gonna break down like exactly where and why all this shit fucks up. Like everything that Steve Harvey's getting ready to tell him. Like everything Steve Harvey's getting ready to tell him can it can get the guy some pussy. But she like what I try to teach so much to guys is how do you hold that attract, how to understand woman's nature and then figure out how to hold that attract and any bit of that little attraction. And I'll be real, what Steve Harvey's getting ready to tell him is not going to get her attracted to him. He's just going to kind of be there type of shit. And he might get some pussy because he's just there. But she's not going to like okay, if you were to get a woman based off what Steve Harvey's getting ready to tell you in this clip, that woman will never really she will never respect you. She's never going to wait for you. If anything, you're going to have to wait for her. She's never going to get anything together for you. She's never going to cook anything for you. She's never going to clean anything for you. No, she's never going to ask. She's never going to ask you, can she bring over some food to you? None of that shit. If you go about the way Steve Harvey is going to tell you to go about it, he's going. But like I said, this is a show. 90% of his audience is worn out women, so they want to hear what they want to hear anyway. So I can't tell. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to let it play through one time, then I'm going to come back through and give my personal opinions on it. So here we go.
Where's Honor? Honor?
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
I got a question for you. This is girl that I met at my vocal class, right?
Excuse me, say that again?
This is girl that I met at my vocal class, vocal lessons, and at first we were just friends. We bonded. We had a lot of aspirations and same things about being a performer, and we went out and we had dinner. And it was kind of a day, but like I said, we're friends first. But I really started catching feelings for this girl, and from there it was like after dinner we was texting back and forth constantly, and she kind of went ghost on me for a second. So I was just wondering, did I do something wrong?
You done let her go too long thinking y'all was just friends. And she probably seeing somebody else. Because you ain't the only one thing. Am I telling the truth? Come on.
Amen, yes.
No, I'm telling you, I already know it. Because you can't be the only boy thought she was fine. You cannot be. So while you was being the friends, somebody else is talking to her.
Correct.
So now, she done went ghost because she's a lady, and she has a conflict now. She can't really give you the time of day and give this other boy the time because she's a lady. So now you got to get back in the friend zone, but this time you got to circle different. So you can't be all up here this time. This time you got to circle right here. As soon as they have an argument.
Okay, so I gotta stop right here. He is literally telling him to be one of her beta orbiters. Like, do the math on everything he's gonna say throughout this shit. He is literally teaching him to become a beta orbiter.
So what have we learned here, young man? Make your intentions known from the get-go. Be clear about your intentions from the get-go. Now, while she dating this other dude, you just keep letting her see you. doing the right thing, saying the right thing, being a righteous young guy. He gonna mess up. Oh, he gonna mess up, because he young too. Say, man, you know what you need? You need some juice. You got a camera, Ruben? Come down here. You gonna tell her you know me. Come here. Right there. Sit on the desk right there. Yeah, we just gonna sit up in here like we just chopping up. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, see, now. And then Ruben, you send them pictures to him and just tell him, Steve, my man. I was on the Steve called me out, and then this is what I want you to do, and I want you to tell her, say, and I told Steve how I felt about you.
All of this is the absolute worst shit to do if you're trying to get pussy to respect you. All right? That is the worst advice. I even make it this far when I was watching this shit on YouTube earlier. Let's keep going.
Then, when this airs, you record it and then put it on what y'all got them little, put it on Instagram and send it to her. You would have confessed your love for her in front of the world. You'll break her right there.
That is like beta advice 101. It doesn't get much worse than that. So now I'm gonna go through and like break down like exactly like what was extremely fucked up, why it's fucked up, and what you'll be better off doing that would actually work in the real world. Okay. So here we go.
Honor.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
I got a question for you. This is girl that I met at my vocal class, right?
Say, excuse me, say that again.
This is girl that I met at my vocal class, vocal lessons, and at first we were just friends. We bonded. We had a lot of aspirations and same things about being a performer, and we went out and we had dinner. And it was kind of a day, but like I said, we're friends first. But I really started catching feelings for this girl, and you know, from there it was like after dinner we was texting back and forth constantly, and she kind of went ghost on me for a second. So I was just one
right there. Now, let's start from the very beginning when he first stood up. I could tell by his mannerism, shit like that, he was raised by a single mother. Okay, because he's on this. Got a question for you. That's what bitches do. You see what I'm saying? So right off the bat, the girl probably never really liked him. He probably asked her out. She didn't know how to tell him no, so they went out on a date. This is the cold reality. Because he's a kid. He's a kid. I'm not trying to make fun of him. It's just the reality. Like first off, I could tell there's not a lot of there's not a lot of masculinity or testosterone. There's nothing manly about him. He's got a question for you. This type shit. You see him? So she didn't want to fuck him right from the start. So he goes on a date with her. He's catching feelings for her, and he's texting her to the point where she ghosted him, she ghosted him. So just from the little bit that I can put together right now, okay, she just didn't know how to tell him no because they're both young and dumb. He got ghosted because he was probably sitting there replying like right back to her. It was probably on this like jokey teehee LOL type shit. Like with question marks. Like I said, never in a text message with a question mark to a woman. Never start saying this LOL shit unless it's like something like insanely funny. Never send no LOL shit. That's bitches and children do that shit. Okay. Yeah. So she ghosted him. And that was her perfect way to separate from him. Was to ghost, was to just not respond in hopes he just gets the message. That's why he got ghosted. Because he's got this one-itis shit for her. And she can feel, and little girl can feel on the date. Because like I say in other videos, man, girls move much faster in the dating market and dealing with like fucking and getting hit on. Girls deal with this shit since they're like 12 or 13. So they're going she sniffed it out to him pretty much from the start. She probably just got a free dinner out of him, some shit like that. And, and found a way to just like get him away from me. Just I hope he gets the signal for me to that I don't like him. So yeah, so anyway, so now how would he have done it properly? Okay, first off, it's important to teach younger guys about this one-itis shit. And I don't know, and this is where I need to study up more on it because I don't know if he would be ready for this shit. Because, like I said, I can tell he's been raised. You could pretty much tell he's been raised by a single mother. So, reality is going to hurt too bad in these ages. And to tell him what got me over that whole one-itis shit. Because I've been with so many bitches like you get with one girl who's a 10 out of 10 dime piece and she looks incredible. She stops, everybody has to turn to look at her. That you get complimented for her appearance all day long, and you get her in bed, and she's probably horrible in bed. And it's like everything that you've hyped yourself up for that one, you got her in bed, and she's just terrible in bed, or you two just may not be sexually compatible, and it just kills the whole thing. And I've been through that enough to see it now. Where that one-itis shit, it doesn't work. I might like one a little more than the others for a little while, but I know the reality. So much can happen a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. That one-itis shit for me, in most cases, it just doesn't exist. Because, like I said, she can fuck horrible, or she could be incredibly demanding, or she could be spoiled. Where the first time you tell her no, she's pouting and in tears, and you get sick of it. I've just grown, but I'm 34. This guy's probably 19 or some shit. But anyway, let's keep going.
Wondering, did I do something wrong? If
you done let her go too long thinking y'all was just friends.
Yeah, and now the reality was defining too long, it was probably longer than the first 5 minutes that he talked to her. He should have let her know in some type of way or form that either he liked her or he was completely indifferent about her. But see, he flew in like I say, and if you follow my Patreon on Labor of Love, if you float in that middle zone, it's okay. She can either love you or she can hate you. Both of those areas are good places to be in. You can always repair that shit if it goes wrong. If she loves you or if she hates you. But once you flight into that middle zone of friend, oh, he's a nice friend. Oh, he's a nice guy. He's a nice friend. You see, once you fall into that middle zone, there's no more emotions to be riled in that middle zone. It's just, oh, he's an afterthought. You see what I'm saying? But he's a kid. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not mad at him for this shit. But that's where he flew into. He flew into that middle area. That I could take him or leave him area. There's nothing exciting about him. He doesn't do anything. If I want some free, if I want another free dinner, I'll call him. That's where you fall into. And when I want a free dinner after I spent all my rent money and everything, and I spent all my money up, then I call him to go take me out for a meal. That's where this guy fits in. But he's a kid. He has to learn. And Steve Harvey's just taking him even deeper down that rabbit hole.
You done let her go too long thinking y'all was just friends. And she probably seeing somebody else. Because you ain't the only one thing. Am I telling the truth? Come on.
Now, that's about the only real shit in the real world that I would take from Steve Harvey and apply in the real world. Yeah, you weren't the only guy that's trying to fuck her. All right? And let's be real about it. There's probably 4 or 5 other dudes she's probably fucking with for real. And, let's just keep it honest.
Man, yes.
No, I'm telling you, I already know it. Because you can't be the only boy thought she was fine.
Yeah.
You cannot be. So while you was being the friends, somebody else is talking to her.
Correct.
No, let's be all the way real. Okay, talking to her, let's be real. When he rolled up in there trying to be friends, nice guy, ha ha ha, tee lol, smiley face in text messages, she was getting spit and pissed on by Tyrone down the street. Let's just be real about it. That's just the fucking truth about it. This is why I say don't go in on this on this friendly. That was just no knowledge. If you've taken the red pill, don't go in on this friendly nice guy shit. Don't just give her shit just because she's a woman. She knows you're just giving her shit just because she's a woman. She's not stupid in this regard.
So now she done went ghost because she's a lady and she has a conflict now. She can't really give you the time of day and give this other boy the time because she's a lady.
Okay, and see that explanation. I'd say he did that right given the audience. But okay. She didn't like him from the start. All right, because if she did, because if she liked him, she would have texted him. Don't get that shit confused. It's not this whole, oh, well, I'm talking to Tommy a little more than you and blah, blah, blah. No. If a bitch likes you, she's going to write you. Okay? I don't care if she's married. I don't care if you came off as right. Like women, like I say that all the time, man. Like other red pills guys say, like women want to get married because it makes them look valuable. But most women don't want to be married. You see, unless it's like some other deficiency, like they're scared to be alone or some shit like that. Most women do not like that. That shit is nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, she quit texting him because she didn't like him. Okay, she's not married. The girl's not married. They're both young. She didn't text him because she doesn't like him. Period. Because I guarantee you that girl's talking to at least 3 other guys right now. Whoever the fuck she is. Well, this is 2 years ago. I mean, even now, she's probably talking to at least 3 other guys.
So now you got to get back in the friend zone. But this time you got to circle different.
See, and then from here on out, Steve is just setting him up for complete fucking failure and misery. Once you end up in that ghosted friend zone, oh, it's dope. That is just completely finished. You are just wasting your time and effort with that pathetic one-itis you have. All right, because the guy she wants, oh, he's pissing on her, spitting in her mouth, and everything. All right, believe that shit. Believe it. Once you, and like I say in my other videos, man, woman's brain can usually only go one direction. It usually doesn't turn back. It usually doesn't go, oh, I realized the errors of my ways, and I realized something, blah, 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 and you turn around and no. Woman's brain goes one direction, and it also works in her relationships with men. If you enter in on the friend zone or you fall into the friend zone, you don't get out. Okay, you don't get out in a respectable way. You may get out, and it may be after she's been ran through by Chad, Tyrone, Enrique, and whoever the fuck, Sanchez. She gets ran through by the next 40, 50 dudes, and now she's fat with 2 kids. Now she realizes just how nice of a person you are. That's how you make it out the friend zone. You see, but once you get to a friend, like woman's brain, it's only a one-way street. You see, so. Once you fall, let's say a woman's brain is like a one-way street. Once you turn off that motherfucker, like, you can't get back on. Like, there is no re-entry in a positive direction. Like, any re-entry is going to be going negative. You're going to be going backwards. You're not, because her brain's a one-way street. And if you're going along with her brain and you get off, okay, it would be like, you can only get back on going in the opposite direction. You cannot keep going. Like, you were headed you cannot go in a positive direction anymore sexually with her. It's just over from then on. You are, with all the time and effort and frustration and mental stress you're going to go through in hopes of getting out that shit, it is just not worth the time or effort. It is just not worth it. This shit Steve is telling him is just some old cute shit because he's on television and his audience is filled with 98% bitches that can't get a man. All right?
So you can't be all up here this time. This time you got to circle right here. As soon as they have an argument.
No. See, I see. Okay, if you're just trying to get some pussy out of her, which it's not worth it in my opinion at this point. If you're just trying to get some pussy out of her, then yeah. But like, if it sounds like he has one-itis, so he wants her respect. He wants her emotional attachment. He wants her to respect him. That's dead. Okay, if he goes about it this route, he might get a little bit of pussy if you just be that right kind of beta orbiter who just hovers around and waits for her to get into an argument with him to where she's like mad and desperate. Okay, see, because all that entire scenario is just fucked up advice in general if you want the woman's respect. Okay? Because the only reason she's gonna be fucking you is because she's mad at him. Okay? She has no that one by the time a woman ends up in that position, she has absolutely zero regard for you. It's all because she's mad at that alpha in her life. You see what I'm saying? Like, she's not fucking you. She's fucking her emotions to get back at her ex. And then what's going to happen with this poor kid is he's going to think he actually stands a fucking chance. Just like in Labor of Love, if anybody follows my Labor of Love, we're going over, the girl went on dates with guys, and the only reason she picked this one guy was only to get back at the guy she really wanted. But the poor guy thought that he actually had a chance with her. But he never had a chance with her. You see that, and this is what Steve is doing with this guy. This guy he does not stand it. It's over. Okay, it's over. He might slip into some pussy, if he gets lucky, but her emotional attachment is with that alpha, so it's done. You have to accept it and move on. Just like when with baby ducks follow their mommy ducks, like no matter what you do to them baby ducks, the baby ducks is going after that mommy duck. All right, you can't do nothing with that, and that's how bitches are. Once bitches get hooked on that alpha and that pair bonding done started, and usually it's what they say toxic fucked up pair bonding, but nonetheless it is still some type of like emotional attachment / pair bonding. Once that happens, you are just wasting time. Like like I said, now like in the scenario with the ducks, like every now and then you may have something the baby duck may want, like some bread or some shit like that, and the baby duck may veer off a little bit and come fuck with you. When that mommy duck starts taking back off, that baby duck's gonna get back in line. It's following that mama duck. And it's the same thing with bitches and alpha men. She might get a little mad, or you may have something she wants, and she might fuck with you here and there, throw you little crumbs, maybe give you a little blowjob here and there when she gets mad at him just to get back at him. But she's not gonna want you. All right? This is a dead end street for him, which is filled with nothing but frustration and misery because he's gonna hope he has a legit chance, and he doesn't. And you want to know what? And even sadder, okay, let's say the alpha dude does what Steve said, which he probably will do. The alpha guy in her life right now, see the guy she's texting right now when she's not texting him, after he was her friend and took her out to eat and we text all day and we were clicking and I got emotions, and now she's not texting him back. Okay, with the alpha that she ended up with, let's say that alpha fucks up, which he will, because they're young. He will fuck up. He doesn't know how to lead a woman properly, so he's going to fuck up, because women have to be led properly to act right. He's going to fuck up. Now, the guy on this show, he is in such a fucked up scenario, but it's just a reality. Even when the alpha fucks up completely, let's say he just turns into straight pussy mode, like, oh, what's wrong? I love you, blah, blah, blah. I want everything for you, and you just don't care. See, once he ends, let's say the alpha ends up like that. So, of course, she's not going to want him anymore because he turned into a beta. I want everything the best for you. I want you. I want to please you, blah, blah, blah. See, once but why don't you like me? I want you to like me, blah, blah, blah. You know, once the alpha turns, let's say that alpha turns into that with her. She will then discard of him. She might monkey branch to just like texting this beta guy who's on the show, and then she'll go out and seek another alpha and then leave both of them motherfuckers behind. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. That's exactly what would happen.
So what have we learned here, young man? Make your intentions known from the get-go. Be clear about your intentions from the get-go. Now, while she dating this other dude, you just keep letting her see you, doing the right thing, saying the right thing, being a righteous young guy. He gonna mess up. Oh, he gonna mess up, because he young too. Say, man, you know what you need? You need some juice.
Now, this upcoming advice is like by far like the worst advice to do. Like, as any man in the world for real, like to get that woman, this is the worst. Now, he could probably pull other bitches that don't know him yet, but no, because they would have seen it. By the time they had clicked on this shit and seen the show, they'd be like, no, yeah, he must not be. See, Steve, this is where Steve is fucking up too. in women's nature. You see, by the time any woman sees this show and I'm talking from the age of 12 on up, by the time most girls to women are gonna see this, that woman is a constant like stock exchange mentality. Like, so if nobody's buying this stock, it must not be worth anything. Meaning, in translation, if no woman is getting with this guy who's such a great catch, there must be something wrong with him. And this is why women know it's the same thing with them. This is why women always want to say they're in relationships and blah blah blah. Because the woman it's a constant stock exchange value system in their head. So by the time any girl were to watch this clip and see that this next piece of advice is gonna come up, they say, "Oh, he must be really fucked up if Steve had to do that." There's a reason why bitches don't fuck with him. So I don't want to be seen with him. Watch.
You got a camera, Ruben? Come down here. You gonna tell her you know me. Come here. Right there. Sit on the desk right there. Yeah, we just gonna sit up in here like we just chopping up. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, see, now. And then Ruben, you send them pictures to him and just tell him, Steve, my man. I was on the Steve called me out, and then this is what I want you to do, and then I want you to tell her, say, and I told Steve how I felt about you.
Okay, now, out of all the people I've ever known who have taken pictures with celebrities, and the celebrities who I've known who've taken pictures with like regular dudes, this has never, ever gotten a guy pussy. Taking pictures with a celebrity or like name or like okay, I say the picture thing. This has never gotten a guy pussy. I remember, and I'm thinking back one time, and well, that's not even a name drop because I don't know this celebrity personally, so this isn't a name drop. But I remember one guy in high school. Well, this is after high school because this is when 50 Cent was like 50. Let's be real. 50 Cent was like a one album wonder. Let's just be real about it. I don't want to say a one hit wonder because Get Rich or Die Trying was like that was hot shit. But he was really a one album wonder for real in relation to where he was in the rap game type shit. He was a one album wonder. And this guy took a picture. I like 50 Cent. He came to Cincinnati, Ohio. I think like down there on the river or some shit. And so you had a bunch of they just want to take pictures of 50 Cent, because he was 50 Cent. He was 50 Cent. And the guy took a picture with 50 Cent, and like that shit, that never gets a guy pussy. It has to be a dumb woman to get pussy out of her, because like I say, woman is a constant there's a constant stock exchange value system going. And women always know every woman knows the hierarchy of who's important to who, what's important to what. At best, this kid is Steve's fan. You see what I'm saying? And all girls know this shit. Being a fan of a celebrity does not get you pussy alone. Now, maybe it's like some other little intricacies that play in. But like, this dude taking a picture with Steve Harvey is not going to make the girl go, "Oh my God, he's so great. Steve Harvey's his friend." Okay, she really wants to fuck Steve Harvey at that point. She don't want to fuck you. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is like just the worst advice to give a young guy, period. And who's cheering? Old, washed up, fucked up bitches. That's who's cheering.
Then, when this airs, you record it and then put it on what y'all got them little, put it on Instagram and send it to her. You would have confessed your love for her in front of the world.
That's the way. Exactly. You could see, Steve. This real life is not some fairy tale Disneyland bullshit. Confessing love for a woman that does not get a woman's respect. At best, she'll fake respect. Oh, that's so cute. But like, bitches don't get strung out over men who confess their love for them. You see what I'm saying? Bitches don't try to call you 15 times a day. You think Chad and Tyrone confess they love the bitches and that's why bitches keep, always trying to bring them food and clean they flat and clean they dishes and all types of... No. Okay? It's never worked. That is never... I mean, like, you might get lucky and find a few dumb hoes that'll do some shit like that, but no. Confessing... That's exactly why this shit won't work. It's because he's going to confess his love for this one woman who ghosted him. So, and he's so pathetically strung out that he had to go on national television to profess his love for this girl who's talking to some other dude. Like, y'all remember that it was like this video a long time ago. It was this like scroungy looking black dude. He was standing outside going like, his clothes whack, his hair whack, his shoes whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. That's what he's gonna look like to all them bitches because of this. Thank you, Steve. That's what he's gonna look like. That's what he's gonna look like. His clothes whack, his shoes whack, his haircut whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. He's not saying that, but like that's how a woman's brain's gonna take it. That girl don't want him. She didn't want him from the start. Now maybe it was just too difficult to say that to a 19-year-old kid on national television. That girl didn't want him from the start. And she found a way to get rid of him by just ghosting him. Because, especially in them ages, girls aren't going to tell you they don't like you. Okay, you're supposed to just pick up on the signs and read the signs and shit. And which is incredibly difficult to do. That girl don't like him. Point blank. If she liked him, she would have texted him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like a stable, consistent other guy she's talking to. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I can tell. Let's go back. Just how he walked up to the microphone with a woman. I can tell right at this point she didn't like him. If he was anything like this in real life.
Where's Honor? Honor?
Hey, Steve.
Now, this wasn't bad right there. But watch this. This feminine shit is going to come out in a second.
I got a question for you. This is girl.
I got a question for you. See, it's that feminine shit. I can pretty much promise you he was raised by a single mother. Just from the first 8 seconds of watching him talk. I can see it. It's that like I want to please you shit. See, no. Pussy don't get wet for being pleased. Pussy gets wet for getting dogged out. I bet you the guy she's fucking wasn't pleasing her. I bet you the guy who spit in her mouth didn't come up. Hi, I just thought you looked really nice and blah, blah, blah. Because pussy doesn't get wet for that. None of these pussies in this audience, they all know what it, there's actually a nice amount of men because they all with they wives who drug them in there. But they all know what it is. That's sad. And Steve just led him down the whole wrong road. That whole fucking skit. That's sad. Anyway, that's the video, man. I'm out. Bye.